What's up, guys? So, what we have today is the Mystery Ranch Nice Frame. Complete. That is, with the yoke. Now, I've had a Mystery Ranch Nice Frame before, but I've never had the yoke. And looking at videos online, to be honest, I was never, or even pictures, I was never really impressed with the yoke. I thought it was the weakest point of this whole system. But now that I have it, simply because it looked really thin, really thin padding, both width-wise and in thickness. But now that I have it, now that I actually finally have this piece here, I have to say I was wrong. The padding is substantial. Really nice padding, really generous, and pretty thick as well. So one thing though that I'm a little bit concerned about, and I've never been able to put this to the test because I've never owned a Mystery Ranch Nice Frame complete with yoke until now, is the fact that there isn't really any padding up here at the upper back. As you can see, this is the shoulder pad, ends pretty much here, and in here, what we have is then going to be the this divider, um, this plastic divider that comes out. I can't seem to do this with one hand. Give me a second, guys. So there it is, and this is used in order to adjust the height of the frame width. You extract this from this pocket, slip it in between here, so that effectively disengages the Velcro, and then you slide this up and down, and then when you're done, you simply put this plastic back support back in here. But the thing is, with this system, like, I've never been able to try it with the yoke, so I don't really know how comfortable it is. Now, but however, I still wanted to try it out because, I'm just curious. I wouldn't say, a deal on this. It was a fair price, considering what Mystery Ranch Nice Frame goes for around these days. Um, then, especially if you can find one that is. Um, but yeah, it still cost me like probably the most expensive suspension system to date that I've purchased. And the question is now, what do I pair it with? Now, the Philby rucksack is notably in Coyote Brown, and I have a tan LBT 2168E suspension system on it currently. And I've seen a Philby pack with a Mystery Ranch Nice Frame sell for quite a bit of money. So I figured, you know what? Even if it's not just aesthetics, it's also functionality. But I want to see if this system is able to beat the LBT 2168E, or well, not necessarily beat it. Um, in fact, I still think the LBT 2168E, which, sorry guys, just so you know what we're talking about. This is it, the LBT 2168E, and as you can see, aesthetically speaking, the Mystery Ranch Nice Frame would probably work really well on this pack, but there has been a video by Lars from Survival Russia, where he basically, well, at least not necessarily himself, but a friend of his tested out the Mystery Ranch 6500 pack, which has the nice frame on it. And they didn't really like that pack. They said the pack itself was bouncing around from side to side too much. And I want to see if that's true with the Philby rucksack, because hell, this is a huge pack. If this sways from side to side and wobbles or whatever, it's gonna be it's not gonna be very pleasant. Whereas I have a feeling I've yet to test this suspension system out, but I have a feeling that this is already plenty good enough. The thing is that better? Is the question. I'm gonna say not necessarily, for one simple reason. The shoulder padding, like on the 65, pardon me, on the 2168E is considerably more padded compared to the nice frame. Let's see if I can give you a side by side quickly. There you go, guys. See if you can see that. Oh shit. Oops. No swearing, otherwise, want to make this family friendly. So as you can see, guys, there is more padding in the shoulders on the 2168E. So this isn't necessarily going to be overshadowed by this. But, for example, the lumbar support, the waist belt, as you can see, there's definitely more padding on the Mystery Ranch nice frame. So, to each their own. They both have their strengths and not necessarily weaknesses, but, one is just simply more padded than the other and vice versa. So let me get this both in the shot. So what can I say, guys? The main reason for this purchase is to see if this pack, or rather if this frame is all that, people make it out to be. Because as much as I love this frame, I have one on the Blackhawk SOF Ruck. I don't have a yoke for it. And the thing is, the Blackhawk SOF Ruck already has the padded sleeve like the Alice pack, whereas the Philby most notably only has this double, stitch cloth, 2 layers of cloth, but that's about it. Of fabric, do you know what I mean? It doesn't provide any padding whatsoever. Which is why, this 2168E by LBT comes into play, and it works beautifully because, look at all this generous padding all the way on the back. Extremely well padded all throughout. You're definitely not going to be feeling that Alice frame, that's for sure. So the question is, guys, at some point, I want to try and test out this pack with both suspension systems and see which one effectively is the most comfortable, and in order to carry this beast of a ruck. Because the thing is, like I mentioned, the yoke from the Mystery Ranch Nice Frame, it really has no padding here. It's really thin, as you can see, guys. This is where the padding is for the shoulders, and look at that. There's literally zero padding. It's only the plastic frame sheet divider that's in there, and then maybe like a couple of millimeters of padding, so really non-existent. So I want to see if that translates to discomfort during a rucking session or something, because like I said, I've never tried a Mystery Ranch Nice Frame with a yoke on, so I don't know how it's gonna ride. I'm just hoping that will be just as comfortable, you know, as the LBT 2168E. At which point I would probably settle for the nice frame in order to pair with a ruck, simply because it's all coyote brown, so you know it would match really nicely. And that's about it, guys. Like, just a quick intro to this frame, which I think is one of the best suspension systems out there for an Alice style pack, definitely. But the thing is, I still want to see how this yoke works. You know, I want to see if it's uncomfortable, or if I'm gonna feel that plastic in there or something. You know, I really need to see once I get to carrying this ruck. So what can I say, guys? One thing that I failed to mention is that the frame is in excellent condition. It is used, but it looks like brand new, pretty much unused, except for one little feature, one little flaw, is that it was missing the auto lock buckles. The buckles have been replaced. This one is tan even, so someone went through the trouble of taking out all the auto lock buckles. Damn them, man. Which means, the thing is, guys, this is going to be the buckle that clips on to the ruck down here. So I would want to have this one right here, guys. I might potentially want to have that one to be the auto lock buckle, just to really secure the frame in nicely. Or, seeing as I'm only working with 2 auto lock buckles that I have from another Mystery Ranch nice frame, then that's the thing. I still have the load lifters to think about, and they might have to go up top, you know, up here. I might have to replace these ones and put the auto lock buckles to engage the load lifters and, you know, really lock them in place. So for the time being, I'm gonna test out whether, you know, the buckles down here will come undone. You know, I'll try moving this thing around, playing with it, and see what works. So I haven't yet decided where to place the auto lock buckles, so as to make the most of this system, and you know, really secure it in nicely. But this is essentially what it would look like. And once I swap the entire system out, then yeah, then it'll have to be tested out at some point. Still need to be a little still need to watch myself, because I've been battling with a hernia for the last few months. But other than that, at some point I'm still gonna have to test it out at least once before it goes up for sale. Just because I want to see what is, you know, the best suspension system. Not necessarily that money can buy, but for this particular ruck. Because, like I said, the fact that it doesn't have the padded sleeve there, like other Alice style rucks, is a little worrying for me. When I think about the nice frame, just because there's really zero padding here, you know, very little padding, and then there's just that hard plastic and what have you frame in there, and then more, you know, like nothing soft here either. So, you know, once you engage the load lifter straps, I want to see just how comfortable this system is, basically. And that's pretty much the only purpose of this video, just to showcase this frame, and you know, first impressions, kind of overall overview, especially because now I have the yoke, which, like I said, I was always skeptical about the yoke, just because I thought, at least looking at pictures and videos, it looked always a little too thin. But no, now that I have it, at least this is a size L frame. Where is it? There we go, size L. So yeah, I have another Mystery Ranch Nice Frame in a size M, and there's really not that much more difference. The size L just cups around my belly more, and I just have to shorten the waist belt is all. But other than that, like I said, my main concern was the yoke, and more specifically the shoulder pads, which I can say these are generously padded. But other than that, my other concern was the upper back. So I really want to see how that fares once I take this out for a spin. Um, and yeah, guys, what can I say? Other than that, this frame, man, I absolutely love this frame, I have to say. At least on my Blackhawk SOF Ruck, it works like a charm, even without the yoke. Um, just a shame that it doesn't have the auto lock buckles, because I did pay a pretty penny for this. I'm not gonna lie. The LBT suspension system plus the Alice frame with it, brand new, cost me a little over 200 euros, whereas this cost me a little over 300. So let's see if the extra 100 euros was worth it, at least for the sake of aesthetics, trying to, match a really, after all, like a really good suspension system to, to the Coyote Brown pack. So what can I say, guys? I think I'm babbling now. Just a quick look at this frame, which thing is, guys, I don't like, this is the older version. Newer versions have a shorter BVS. Now, in the past, the BVS that I used to have was also longer, but I sold it because it got in the way. This is for body armor. I don't have any body armor. I'm not in the military. I don't ruck with body armor on, so to me that was pointless. But after a while, I kind of thought, oh, maybe I should have kept it, just because at some point when I sell the pack off, then someone might want that feature. But hey, at the time I needed the money. I didn't, I thought I didn't need these, and I still don't need these. That's the thing. But in this case, I'll probably keep them with the frame. I won't, strip it down of the BVS. And right, what I was saying is, on my Blackhawk SOF Ruck, I managed to rerun these straps on the inside and then create with these buckles that hold the BVS in place, like basically, 2 points, and in the middle I wrapped a handle around it, around two layers of webbing, so that should be pretty strong in terms of if you want to carry it from the side grab handle. And going off topic, what was I saying? My God. Yeah, something about the other pack that I was gonna mention, or rather about the other frame. Well, hell, if it comes to me, I'll make another video. At this point, all I can say is just a quick view on this frame, which, yeah, as I mentioned, I think is definitely one of the best. Please focus, Alice systems out there. But yeah, guys, it will have to be tested out at some point to see what the really final version of the Philby Ruck is going to be. Because so far I've been happy. Whoa. So far I've been happy with the 2168 E by LBT. But I've seen a pack with a Mystery Ranch Nice Frame, a Philby rucksack, sell for quite a bit. So I figured, you know what? This might be a good investment after all. And the last time around that I ran into a Mystery Ranch Nice Frame, it was always missing a yoke. In this case, it was complete, minus the auto lock buckles, but what the hell. I'll make do. I'm sure I can figure something out, at least with I still have at least one set of auto lock buckles, so I'm just going to make the most of that one. and see whether or not I have to use them up top for the load lifters or down at the bottom to secure, you know, the pack nicely to the frame. So what can I say, guys? Enough of me babbling. Just a quick look at this frame. If you have this frame, what do you guys think? Right, what I was gonna say was about this frame is that I don't necessarily think that later versions like the Guide Light frame by Mystery Ranch is an improvement. It feels a little bit too light, just bare bones kind of frame, as opposed to this seriously reinforced panel, which I don't know. I think this is better. Basically, I don't necessarily think that their later stuff is an improvement. This frame in itself is a work of art, in my opinion. It really is. But yeah, what can I say, guys? Enough of me rambling on. If you have this frame, what are your thoughts on it? What have you hooked this up to? Have you got it to a Philby Rock? And if so, how does it work? How does it feel, rather? I guess, for my purpose, I'm just going to have to test out both suspension systems and eventually settle on which one, you know, goes on the Philby rucksack. I'm not necessarily saying that one is better than the other, because it might not be the case. But at least aesthetically speaking, as you can see, that matches pretty much to a T, guys. The fabric and the coyote brown from the frame is exactly, pretty much exactly the same shade of coyote brown. So that would be nice. Anyway, guys, what can I say? Thanks for watching, and I'll keep you updated on this project to see what eventually this Philby rucksack will feature as a suspension system once and for all. And anything else that I forgot to mention? Right. The thing is, should I find that this wobbles around too much, like the claim from Survival Russia, then I'm just gonna have to stick to the tried and true Alice frame. And for an Alice frame, I put what I think is the best, or one of the best, if not the best, suspension system out there, which is the 2168E by LBT. It's just super padded, super comfortable, so it really works nicely. But like I said, we'll try out both, see eventually which one should go on this pack once and for all. So thank you guys for your attention, and I'll see you in the next one.